this video is over area of trapezoids. So let's look at our number routine. Write and solve an equation to find the height of the triangle. So this is a triangle. So they gave you the area and the base. The base is right here. But they neglected to tell you the height of it. It's okay. We can still solve it. So the area is 14 square inches. The base is 7 inches. The height we do not know at this time. So 14 equals half of 7. What is half of 7? It is 3 and 5/10. Height. Is this an equation? Have we learned how to solve equation in this class? We have. What operation do you see here? I see multiplication. The inverse of multiplication, an inverse operation of multiplication is division. We're dividing by what number? 3 and 5/10. 3 and 5/10. This cancels. So how many 3 and 5/10 go into 14? Let's see if we can do it in our head. Do you know the pattern for 3 and 5/10? 3 and 5/10, 7, 10.5, 14. It goes in 4 times. There are 4 groups of 3.5 into 14. So H equals 4 inches. So we have 2 shapes here. We have a parallelogram and we have a trapezoid. What can you tell me about the sides of a parallelogram and trapezoid? Well, first of all, you can say they have 4 sides. But let's look deeper into this. Look closely at the lines. Do you see a parallel line? In 5th grade, you learned parallel, perpendicular, and intersecting. So these are parallel on the top and bottom. This is another set of parallel lines. However, a parallelogram differs from a trapezoid because there's another set of parallel lines here, but this one will intersect right here. So a parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel lines, while a trapezoid just has 1. So that's the major difference between a parallelogram and a trapezoid. So today you will need 2 highlighters, a yellow and a green highlighter. Let's look at our reference chart. We've already learned how to do rectangle and parallelogram. We've already known how to do triangles. Now it's time to learn how to do area of trapezoid. Its area equals half of the base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Looks really complicated, but it really isn't. So we are given a trapezoid right here. Can you highlight the base in yellow and the height in green, label and measure in inches? So this is the first base I see right here. Oops. Stop. I did say I'm not following my own direction. I did say let's highlight the base in yellow. So this is a base. If I had an inch ruler, this would be the base equals 5 inches. Is there another base here? I'm afraid there is. You might say, I don't see any other base. If you turn this upside down, do you see another base? I see a base right here. So let's turn it back to the right side up. So there is a second base. The other base is right here. So this base is called, whoops. So this is another base. This base is 2 inches. So we call this base 1, and this is called base 2. Now, do you see a height? Let's highlight the height in green. Yes, it's right here. And using an inch ruler, the height will be 3 inches. So find the area. The formula for trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. So let's substitute. The bases are 5 plus 2. So I substitute base 1 with 5. I substitute the base 2 with 2. The height is 3. So what is half of, what's 5 plus 2? 7, and 3. So what's 7 groups of 3? It is 21. So half of 21, half of 20 is 10, half of 1 is 0.5. So the answer, the area is 10.5 squared inches. So after you finding the two bases and the height, you're able to find the area of the trapezoid. Let's look at different examples. Here is another trapezoid. Do you see the base? A lot of people say 5 and 7.8 yards is the base. No, it is not. Turn it. Do you now see the base? I see the base as this one and this one. So let's turn it back up, right side up. So highlight in yellow the bases. This is a base. Whoops. Stop. This is a base, and this is a base. Now highlight in green the height. It'll be right here. But you might say, but why? Let's turn it. If you see it, the height is 5. So now we are able to solve this. It's 1. The formula is 1/2 b1 plus b2 height. So the two bases are 3 and 9, so 3 plus 9. The height is 5. What is half of 12 times 5? Let's think about it. 12 groups of 5 is 60. So half of 60 equals 30 square yards. That is the area of this trapezoid. Let's practice a couple more. You draw a trapezoid. Before we draw it, let's highlight the important parts. Let's highlight the bases, and let's highlight in green the height. Before you say, it's not here, why can't you just draw in right there? So let's read the word problem now. A tabletop is in the shape of a trapezoid with a base of 3 6/10 feet and 2 feet. The height of the trapezoid is 2 5/10 feet. Write and solve an equation to find the area of the tabletop. So again, do not need to memorize the area of a trapezoid. It is half of the sum of the bases times the height. So if you add up the two bases, 3 6/10 to 2 times the height of 2 5/10. So what's 3 6/10 plus 2? 5 6/10 times 2.5. Ooh, we need to multiply this. I'm going to do it right here on the side. 5 6/10 times 2 5/10. That's 30, carry the 3. The 25 plus 3 is 28. Placeholder, scratch out the ones place. 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. This adds up to 1,400, but how many places are here? 2 places. So it's half of 14. And what is half of 14? 7 square feet. So there are more examples too. So let's look at this example. In this example, we're going to highlight the two bases, this one and this one, in yellow. We're going to highlight in green the height, which is this one. Now, using the formula, can we solve this? It is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 height. So the two bases are 7 and 15, and the height is 7. So what is 7 plus 15? That's 22. The height is 7. What is 22 groups of 7? 22 times 7 is 154. So what's half of 154? That's like divide by 2. It is 77 square feet. So again, you add up the bases times the height, half of it. What if you are given a tougher question such as this? This is the backward question. Some of you may like them, some of you may not. These are the bases in yellow, and these are the height in green. So in this one, it said the area, let's write the formula. A equal 1/2 b1 plus b2 height. The area of the trapezoid is 78 units. So replace the area with 78 units. If the bases are 5 and 8, And what is the height? We don't know. So what is 78 equals, what's half of, what's 5 plus 8? 13. What's half of 13? 6 and 5/10 each. Oh, this is an equation. Have we seen multiplication equations in my classroom? Yes, you have. What is the inverse operation of multiplication? It's division. So we're going to divide both sides by 6 and 5/10. This cancels. Oh, do you still remember how to divide decimals? If you have forgotten, do we like working with decimals? I don't. Can I turn this to a whole number? I move it one place over, then I need to move this one over. So it's really 780 divided by 65. Can 65 go to 78? One time. Remainder is 13. Bring that 0. How many 65s go in 130? Two times. So the height is 12 meters. So what we just did is we learned how to do the area of a trapezoid. Make sure you highlight the bases and find the height. By knowing that, you're able to substitute the variables with these correct numbers. You add up the bases times the height and half of it, and you'll know the area of a trapezoid.